Hello again everyone, it's time for an update on the repair of Nikki's e-bike. For those of you who didn't see the previous video, Nikki's e-bike had a problem with the battery. The bike shop replaced it with a different battery system because the previous battery type was no longer available from the manufacturer, but we still had problems with that when we were on our holiday in Wales. Let's see how Nikki got on at the bike shop. Well, Nikki dropped the bike back to the bike shop this morning and they actually got it turned around pretty quick. She was able to pick it up this afternoon. Now, let's have a look at what they said the problem was. Now, what they said was there's actually a broken wire inside a controller inside the old battery box where we used to slide the battery that failed. Now, what they said was it's not really accessible and they had to open up the plastic box to solder it up, and yeah, it's not that easy to get to. We also drew their attention to those wires on the battery. What they said was they've given us a new battery, and that definitely does look like a different battery, certainly rewrapped, if not. And what they told Nikki is not to remove the battery from the bag itself, but to remove the entire bag from the bike in order to charge it. I'm guessing they're assuming that that's what put the strain on those wires, taking the battery in and out of the bag. And I think that should be relatively easy to do by undoing those clips and separating the cable at this connector here. Now, I think Nikki has tried it, or had it demonstrated to her at the shop, but let's give it a quick whiz round and make sure we're happy with it. So here we go, power on. Go to the first setting, we can increase the power levels. Let's have number 4, and let's give that a try. Yeah, that seems much better. I'm happier with that. You can't turn it off immediately as stop though. You have to wait a while before you turn it off. Yeah, after a minute or so, it turns off okay. So hopefully that's the problems with Nikki's e-bike now resolved. And of course, we have spent nearly half the value of the bike repairing it. And a few people have said, oh, why not just get a whole new bike? But Nikki is quite fond of the bike, and we could really do without the expense of having to spend twice as much as what we already spent to get it going again. But I do think that if these bikes are going to be presented as an environmentally friendly thing, and lots of companies do make that selling point, they really have to be repairable for more than a short period after they're sold. You know, the manufacturers can't withdraw support or stop supplying spares for these things and expect you to replace the whole bike, because that really isn't very environmentally friendly. So we're a bit disappointed on both fronts with my e-bike and with Nikki's e-bike in the sort of longevity of them. They're very good when they're working, but if something goes wrong, it's very difficult to get someone to fix an older bike. People are only interested in supporting the new ones that they've just sold to you. So yeah, that's something perhaps to bear in mind if you are considering purchasing an e-bike. We'd still recommend it. We do enjoy them and they are a great thing. But I think there's a way to go in the sort of support system for people that own them.